to you!
can't believe I'm doing this.
days ago. This is my first drone. Best for your phone. One year I know it. Don't come any closer. Christ! He's dead! Yeah!
It's locked. It's locked, all right. Whitechapel. This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
Stinking alley reeking worse than a week-old lavvy.
Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he meant to miss.
If you've been hurt, I can help you. I'm a doctor.
Name's Albert. Remember it. Now bugger off.
I found the recruiter you were expecting. He's dead, but he carried a note. The Wet Boot Boys have accepted your application.
I knew it! I told you I was tough enough. I'll be free soon.
You're being manipulated by these criminals. What's worse is that you're clever enough to know better.
You're all fancy words.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the
Never heard of her. She's prettier.
What happened? Did you really steal?
Hey! I didn't do...
Medication and drugs are a rare commodity in...
Sod off, mister. You ain't got no clue.
It's true. I'm not familiar with this part of town. Perhaps you could help me. Goodbye, young man.
The Wet Boots will be proud of me.
Bloody heart, boy. What?
Shoot in the middle of the street. Not the best thing to do, wouldn't you say?
What? You saw what happened? Who are you?
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you promise me to set your gun aside.
No. Look, I'm not a violent man. I'm Benjamin Palmer, doctor. And no one can help me. Not even you.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy?
Funny, I've been searching for her too.
Really?
Word is she ain't real. She's just a cover for some doctor who runs...
What can you tell me?
Nothing to say, really. There's...
You don't have anywhere to go?
Not since the death of my wife.
You mean you used to have a better life?
Yeah, I had a wife, a home.
Perhaps you could...
I'm sick, broke, and my son just stole my...
A gun, alcohol, and a...
Me?
How are you, boy?
I'm not your...
Goodbye, young man.
The Wet Boots will be proud of me.
I have this thirst for blood.
Again.
Good evening, miss.
Good evening, sir. Are you interested in a miracle?
Actually...
Then you have come to the right place.
Oh, really?
Ah, my brother has spoken.
Do you know Nurse
I don't like to talk about...
Competition, you say?
Never met her, but it seems she provides some sort of medical...
Tell me, who in...
The region itself is something to see.
What do you think of...
Most of them are afraid, or...
Is there anyone...
Cadogan Bates, without a doubt. The bloody bastard.
I'd like to see what kind of...
Good evening.
Goodbye, Miss Swanborough. Perhaps we'll talk...
Swanborough cordial can be the answer to all your problems. As long as you have the money. When science fails you, this elixir will give you faith again.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to. I cannot enter.
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be from Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nethercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
It's not my call, Baron. You pay one way or another.
Please, Joe. How long have we known each other? We even used to be neighbours, for Christ's sake.
I prefer not to give you another beating, Baron.
Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Reed, and I would like to ask you a few questions. May I enter, please?
Sorry, no, sir. My father does not like...
Your father is worried about you, boy. He asked me to look for you.
So my father actually worries.
Even my dreams are soaked with gloom.
So,
I'm not bothered.
do you know Nurse...
Yes, I know her. She came in.
How do you feel?
I'm fine.
Speaking...
My father is an idiot who makes...
Forgive my bluntness, young man.
Why should I?
You have a roof over...
That's exactly what my father says.
If life here is so terrible for you...
I don't go...
So that's why you stay at home all day?
I'm not afraid of disease or...
Goodbye, young...
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
It's locked. It's locked.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
Welcome, sir. Please,
Read.
Doctor. Interesting.
Have you heard of a nurse?
Nurse Crane. Sort of.
So she's trying to help her fellow immigrants.
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name.
That doesn't explain.
Your precious Nurse Crane gives away medical support.
As a merchant, you see white...
What you mean besides the epidemic?
Violence is in...
Yeah. A few nights ago.
Where did this happen?
In the closed workshops nearby.
Have you been hurt?
No, but that's only because I ran.
How is business?
Business? I have no business.
I see. Sounds like...
It's no secret.
Right then. Sure.
Take a look. Don't be afraid. Cheap price, good quality. Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid.
Excuse me, sir.
Another journalist? I didn't answer the first.
I'm not a journalist.
A doctor, you sir.
Really?
I'm Joe Peterson's son.
Have you heard of a nurse?
Dorothy Crane. Yeah.
Could you please tell me...
She's a nice girl.
May I ask?
I do whatever I want, and some...
According to you...
Not familiar with
this part of town...
Totally.
How did you become the local bully?
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards.
A job?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys.
Most people don't become...
I don't care what you think, sir.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with...
Oh, do you really think...
Harry doesn't seem...
I've always put my son's interests above it.
You really love your son.
He's my pride and joy.
Since the criminal nature...
No one will ever take my son away.
Do you have any...
Only one.
Goodbye, Mr.
Don't be shy, handsome.
I'm not looking for what...
All right then, but...
Do you know Nurse...
I don't know her, but I...
You seem to...
Dorothea helps the sick people...
Christina, have you been examined?
I don't like doctors.
Considering your...
If it is going to happen, it will...
You can put your own...
And you think that would worry me?
Tell me about it.
Are you joking with me?
I have no... I always thought...
You know, this money is...
Goodbye, miss.
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part?
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel.
Dr. Reed, the famous sir.
Why are the newspapers keep...
There's a war going on.
It's a disgrace.
These are bad times indeed.
Have you any idea?
I've had to run and hide more than once from...
I'm convinced there is more.
What, really?
What is a journalist?
He goes where none of his colleagues would...
That's quite honorable of you.
Not at all, sir. And that...
So you risk...
Whitechapel is the crucible...
Christina Popper claims she sells her body because...
Of course I do.
Do you think things will ever change?
I believe the situation can...
I heard you're investigating an
Not much, I'm afraid. They are...
I'm a doctor, Mr. Darby.
Are you sure you're not just concerned that...
Without a doubt, you are a damn...
I don't know much about the man.
He never...
No. A few days ago.
Really?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just...
He has no...
No. Except for that...
Where can I find this?
He spends most of his time lurking around White...
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reed.
A scientist?
Do you know Nurse Dorothy?
I don't like the liberal ideas of...
So, you're not exactly a fan of...
Nuns should be the only women allowed.
Why do you hate nuns?
Before coming to London, she was a...
Have you any friends?
No. But...
You said...
As a true believer.
Where did you send him?
I sent Samuel.
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost?
Also,
Quite a judge.
But you are...
I am. But the answer... What do you mean when you say...
Also,
Quite a judge.
But you...
Well, I suppose I can...
As a doctor, you must be aware...
What do you mean?
The beast is finally revealing itself.
Really? And...
We must fight the disease.
What is left?
Cleansing...
Tell me, Tobias. What
God will recognize his own.
Purification by fire has proved useful.
Your lack of faith...
You're mad.
My son.
Joseph...
Vicar Larrabee of St. Mary's Church.
I have heard enough for tonight. Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. I know what you're thinking. I know you understand. Very well. The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter. Hello again, miss. Camellia, I know you work for Dorothy Crane. A stubborn and... Very well. It's locked. I cannot enter.
You are blinded by your false faith.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Nethercott, at your side.
May I ask you a few questions about...
Extraordinary part of town, is it not?
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane.
Dorothy Crane.
What can you tell me?
Darius Petrescu. Yes, I'm
not interested in...
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in...
May I ask what you're doing?
Not at all. I'm just in...
But are you not afraid?
Oh, why should I? I see...
If you say so.
Thank you, Doctor. But...
Are you aware that your life...
But this is...
I understand your...
I don't care.
If some...
Well, you first.
What are your...
Terrible, you say?
What are you talking?
Do you remember...
Yes.
Most people fail.
I'll leave you alone. Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
Some of us come to this world already touched by grace.
Hello again. Very well.
Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You pay for peace of mind.
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again? Go away.
Sir, wait. Don't you see we're on the same side?
I'm nothing like...
Yes, you are.
I have to admit your word. If you want to talk to Dorothea, you must go across the court.
We've not been formally introduced.
I am Darius Petrescu.
So Dorothy's real name is...
Like myself and many people.
She seems important to the community.
More than you can imagine. The West End.
Tell me everything you...
I do not believe in the afterlife.
Who is she, really?
She's not from around here, that's all been...
You say she has no...
Well, there's that awful poet who constantly
Are you not worried?
She is as brave as...
Are you in love with...
Don't be stupid.
Tell me everything.
I do not believe in the afterlife, Doctor, but...
Tell me...
I do not...
Don't be embarrassed, sir.
It's quite awkward to talk about...
How did you meet Nurse Crane, Derek?
I'm her oldest friend in England. Dora...
You mean occupied Romania, don't you?
Really? Then perhaps you have more...
I know you fought for...
I know my days are numbered, and I know I won't see my...
But Romania escaped the grasp of the Austro...
It is not the country I fought for.
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu. It's locked.
Can you hear my voice? I need help!
What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Razvan Vasily. High fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, and head pain. Diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort. Liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Thank you, nurse. Anything else I should know?
He did lose consciousness this morning, but he's never had convulsions like these.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
What can I do, Doctor?
It's too dangerous to operate with these convulsions. Sedative, nurse. Do we have any anesthetics?
I'm sorry, Doctor. None at all.
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor. He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy. Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Don't question me, nurse. I need a drain. Now.
Yes, Doctor. He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you all right, Doctor?
I can't see. I must first suture the artery. Find the wound. The source of the blood.
Needle and thread, Doctor.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor.
Cardiac massage, now.
Cardiac... What? Are you making this up as you go along? We've lost the pulse.